What's going on, people? We haven't even made it to a full 8 days. We barely got a weekend. And before the week started, for 7 days, they were already losing their minds. 2023 couldn't have come at a much funnier time. So much to talk about. So many titles to hit up on. Oh man, this is gonna be a good one. And y'all already know. We've been laughing for a long time. We just happen to stop laughing for right now. To everybody around the world that continuously supports the channel, y'all already know we're grateful. To the mighty chit chat community, y'all know who y'all are. I go by the name of the New Legal. I got my man Spark 117 up in the building, and I got my man Games Heroes in the building. This one's gonna be fun. We got a lot to talk about. Got a lot of uncovering to do. Look, man, I throw them traps out. In time, you are forced to fall into them. You have no other option. People want to accept goofiness, despite what you think about me. It's all opinionated. People institutionalize out here. They're not going to say what needs to be said because they're shackled. They got their hands out. A lot of people out here putting on the clown suit, faking themselves out. So they get tired after a while. None of that's the New Legal. I told y'all when I first started, and I'm going to tell y'all when it's all said and done. There's no confusion over here on Di-RRec Gaming. This is an Xbox castle. This is an Xbox fortress. It's built off the emerald gamma green power of the total Xbox community that speaks our language. The mighty chit chat community reflects that. Build your own community up. Talk your stuff. Do what you do. But you can't stereotype the whole entire Xbox community. No. You can't stereotype the whole Xbox community. See, when you go public with your stupidity, don't get mad when the public responds back to you. You're not entitled. You're not some kind of god that dictates how everybody's gonna feel once you put something on social media. But the funny part is, I've seen you. I see what you look like. You're hilarious. You're a weak specimen. You're a coat tailor. You can't build no community on your own. You had your hands out like the rest of them. You trying to act tough as if you alone made you who you are. Everybody's got an origin story. Everybody. Do we really want to go there today? Of course we want to go there today. Why would I waste my time? So I see, Gas, you got gassed up. Somebody that wasn't out for your best interest. They told you to come on over here. Nah, damn. See, that's when you realize those that whisper in your ear, they wasn't foolish enough to do what you did. See, they'll talk 1,000 miles into your eardrums, but they ain't finna do what you did. Nah, they just know you stupid enough to do it. Understand who your circle is. Understand what manhood's all about. You failed the test, Gas. You're too funny for me to take seriously, bro. Seriously. In real time, I'm talking about real time. Get off the Twitter. We know in real time you ain't about nothing, bro. So you wanted to come over here with your antics. You want to put up a video on Twitter a video. What's all that stupid stuff you were saying about Xbox that didn't make no sense? You running around shook up because the Xbox community came for that ass. They had you shook up. So now you're sitting up here trying to validate yourself. Look how stupid you looked the other day. You look dumb as hell the other day out here in these streets trying to validate your dumb ass. Bro, we don't validate ourselves over here. What up, Unlimited? What up, 100? We don't do nothing like that, bro. We just do what we do. We don't care if somebody don't like our channel. We don't care if you don't like who we are. You don't even know us. You don't even know us to care. But we saw that your feelings got hurt, and it gave us much laughter. Code Eastwood spawned you. Code Eastwood did that. He had the big pimp coat on, the mink. You was at the end of that, holding it up so no dust gets on it. That's who you are, Gas. And there's many like you out there. When somebody gives you a cupcake and puts a little candlestick on it and lights the top and makes you feel mighty. What's up, dear? Man, starts making you feel mighty out here. But see over here, bro, it's the community of I don't cares, man. We don't care about your YouTube channel. We don't care about what you stand for, who you think you are. We don't care about how you think you know gaming. Because if we really want to go there, bro, you're going to be an embarrassment. There's some people out there that know what you do, guys. Stop fronting. Your community believes in you. That's a fronting ass community. It's all good. The people that want to have your back, let them have your back. They ain't not going to do what you about to do, though. They ain't going to do half the work that you do. What did Gas say this time? I just, what he does. I just wanted him to sing a song, really, with his goofy ass. Be on a microphone. Sound like he got auto-tunes. Come on, bro. Microsoft is a victim. One best publisher. Microsoft ain't doing this and ain't doing that. Microsoft ain't doing this and ain't doing that. That's all we get out of you, Gas. Being real. Told you, clowns. Real leaders build their communities up. All this little fake ass, well, we can be critical type of bullshit. That's cool. But you got to make sense, Gas. You don't make sense. That's why they came for you. So like I said a year ago in May, you thought that was cute. I meant every word I said about you, clown. You just out here trying to be a damn celebrity, bro. It's facts. Facts 100. You just out here trying to be a celebrity, bro. If you don't like Xbox and you don't like what Xbox is doing, get off of Xbox. Because it ain't like we don't know you donkey, bro. It ain't like we don't know you in that donkey suit. Hell, your barcode got scanned last week, didn't it? Somebody revealed 9 years ago what kind of line you were standing in. You got the nerve. You got the audacity to mention the word fanboy. Bro, I got your picture. You standing in front of a fanboy with a flag up for PlayStation. PlayStation for the gamers, huh? You up in that long line at night. You put in that work. That's what fans do, guys. So what, you defining what fanboys are now? Huh? You got the definition, but see, you don't hold the book of X. I do. You ain't built to talk this Xbox talk. So that's why all you have is doom and gloom. See, for those that can't hold up the weight for Xbox, they know what to do because they know their base. I don't speak to the doom and gloom base. I don't speak to the centaurs and the half-breeds and the double agents. That ain't who I speak to. tell the truth over here. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help us gaming. And for clowns like you who fall into the traps, we just have fun with it. Go ask your boy, oh no, it's Alex, who try to stick out his little chest with his small little wrist, out there trying to do some bicep curls, looking like a damn fool. Out here slapping his thighs. That's what you clowns do, bro. That's what you dudes do on camera. You get on the mic and start yodeling, and he gets on the mic on his camera and starts slapping his thighs. Y'all want grown-ass men like us to take y'all two idiots seriously. I don't know whether to laugh right now. I'll let these two gentlemen grab a mic, say their piece, and then we're going to get back to gaming. Here's two mics, Game Show Spartans. Have at it, man.
Yeah, man. Look, we hear these talking points for years that Xbox is gonna die, doom and gloom. But guess what, man? We're still here, man. That's the only thing I'm gonna say, man. Like, we don't hate you guys. We don't want to attack you. I don't want to attack you. You did a whole video about me talking about Xbox mediocrity and all that stuff. But we're still here. Like, and end of the day, the Xbox is not gonna die, dude. So what I want to say, man, I'm glad you do a video about me, Peter, Legal, and the rest of a lot of Xbox guys. But you gotta understand, man, we heard these talking points for years. I'm talking about years, dude.
Did nobody tell him the memo? We've been hearing this for years.
Yeah, we've been hearing this for years, dude. We hearing it since 2013.
Gas is copy and paste.
Yeah, it's copy and paste.
Gas, you copy and paste.
Yeah, it's that copy and paste thing. We heard this for years. I thought Xbox was gonna die after 2013, all that stuff. But you know what? Hey, look, man, we still here. We're still kicking in, and 2023 will be a banger. And I hope you keep that same energy when Spider-Man 2 gets delayed, because if you don't, people are gonna call you out. It's not like everybody hates you. Nobody hates you, dude. It's just that it's a talking point for years. I've seen people like RG385 talk about is a do or die for Xbox. If Xbox don't deliver 2023, the end of Xbox. But how many years we've been saying that? Like, so, it's just that it's frustration, man. Like, that's why a lot of Xbox fans are saying it. It's like Xbox got no games. Like, look at Ryan
McCaffrey. Gas think we're gonna waste another 8 years on them.
But hold on, like, look at Ryan McCaffrey. Xbox got no games versus release dates. Like, okay, you're right.
Oh, we gonna get on them dates? You switched it that fast? Come on, we gotta stretch the show.
Yeah, but my bad. But you know what I'm saying? Like, Gas and all of these dudes. It just we don't hate you, brother. Like, you're so-called an Xbox fan. I hope so, but I hope you play Starfield, because that is a very massive game. And I hope you play it, because I heard you don't really play a lot of games. So you want to play what's it called? Apex Legends. So I hope you play it, dude. Because if you don't play, I'm gonna expose you, dude. Yeah, because you like to expose people. I want to expose.
That's already been done. Game Heroes. That'll be old news.
Yep. So go ahead, Spartan.
From Oh No, it's Alex. It's that King Trash. Gaz, that's not his real name. It's Gary, by the way. That's what they call him in England. Gaz, short for Gary. They absolutely make no sense. And the way that they could get all that money in their pockets from YouTube is just grab us for content. And moving on forward, I'm going to start charging every single one of them if they put me up on anything they do YouTube on. They're all washed up. Midnight launch for jet engine purchase. They absolutely make no sense. Like last show I said, that's all these guys do. They just go all over men's pages and stalk them and talk to them. They're becoming irrelevant. They're all a bunch of whack ass people, and I don't pay attention to them no more. I'm just happy with the banging lineup that we're coming out with really soon for our games and lineups there.
It's like I said, man. Everybody's got an Xbox in their mouth, and I love it. You know why? Because they know what's about to happen.
Oh yeah, because they have Xbox in the mouth. Because if they don't have Xbox, their whole channel's dead.
Facts. You gotta talk about Xbox because if you got PlayStation, you ain't talking about nothing right now. You have nothing to talk about. Because go ahead, Game Zero.
No, so you could have PlayStation between your backlist.
Look, bro, their bread and butter's done. You see what I'm saying? I told y'all I wanted God of War. I told you, put it on the sacrifice table. Put it up there. It's done. It was we did our investigation, right? We uncovered the truths, right? Look, the fact that he mentioned legal, I thought to myself, oh dear, here we because y'all know is I'm gonna laugh at these dudes, man. You know, you got dudes out here with all these big mouths, they ain't playing these games, bro. It's sickening. You know what I'm saying? What is it doing? What are you doing?
They're living proof that Xbox is living rent-free in their heads, and that's all there is to it.
There's no breaks. There's no excuses. You either playing the games or you're not. Now listen, man, everybody knows that everybody's not playing the same games. Everybody knows that there's people that have jobs and things like that. But we've never used those things as excuses because if it's a difference between playing games that you haven't got to because you're playing games, and there's a difference between you just running your mouth and not playing games. There's a difference, right? People can say what they want to say. Most of the time that people love to find when other people ain't playing games because they're not playing games. And the same people that are going at the people that ain't playing games ain't playing games. People playing games, they're not looking up people's gamer tags and stuff like that. They ain't doing none of that stuff, right? But if you're so-called somebody that the Xbox community needs to run to and listen to, your dialogue, your vocabulary, your speech should be about building up the things in the Xbox community. It shouldn't be on the teardown. If you're on the teardown, we've lived long enough to understand what that looks like. That means I dare all of them, right? Change their tune. They just start talking nothing but positivity about Xbox. You know why they won't do that? Because they're afraid of being called a fanboy.
And now, about fanboy, they get exposed.
Right. Now, if your community starts calling you a fanboy, that only tells everybody who you really cater to. Because Xbox community isn't going to call an Xbox comrade a fanboy. My community don't call me no fanboy. Unlimited Production community don't call him a fanboy. And I'm talking to builders. I'm proud of Unlimited Production. That dude and I go all the way back to the Mixer days. I'm proud of the 100s because 100 been standing tall on Xbox since day one. 100 ain't never folded. I don't care what you may think about people. Those are your opinions. You got the right to think about whoever you feel. You are the viewer. But one thing you can't say about them dudes is they haven't built a community. Those guys have built a community, and they are a leader of their community. And what they do, and what they've done, is that they've always tried to uplift the Xbox community. They always tried to do that. They never destroyed it. They never tried to beat it down. They don't. That doesn't mean they kissing ass. If they're critical, they know how to be critical. They know how to have approach with what they say so that those that watch them don't start feeling a negative way. Saying stuff that brings negative energy, that ain't never been cool. That's never been cool. You can watch a PlayStation show, right? What's the point of the PlayStation show being negative? You can watch an Xbox show, right? What's the point of the Xbox show being negative? You can watch a Nintendo show, right? What would be the point of the Nintendo show being negative? Has no merit because they want you to feel good about where your purchases are. That's with anything. Why the hell you think we got commercials, dummy? We got commercials to bring forth a positive mood, a positive aspect. The Super Bowl is about to come up, right? So it's the Lord of all the commercials. They want you to feel good about those commercials. They're not going to have a commercial that comes out to the masses and it's negative. That's dumb. You guys know what's about to happen. And now you're going to have to understand what you're trying to do now. Are you trying to be sneaky, come through the back door, trying to tell the Xbox community that, oh, Microsoft has failed this year? How, dummy? High on Life was the #1 game, and Xbox dropped one for the whole year. We kept playing. God of War ain't win no Gotti. So as far as we're concerned, there's nothing special about God of War. It didn't win no Gotti. It's just like the rest of the games. We found out it was a PlayStation 4. It was winning all kind of awards that no real gamer cared about. Best makeup design, best eyelash, best game with a bald head. That's the awards it was winning. Some of y'all started breaking when the Game Awards. I was like, bro, what you breaking for? There's no way Elden Ring is going to lose with a 97. So now that y'all's bragging the bag didn't happen for you, go back to the drawing board, right? Go back to what works. Let's start dissing Xbox. What you dissing Xbox for? Xbox did the same thing Sony did. You didn't have that same energy. And like I said, I don't believe half you clowns, because half you clowns are not even saying anything about Spider-Man 2. How can I take you serious when y'all ain't even mentioning that? You're okay to talk about Microsoft dates this and dates that, like you taking it out for a date. But you ain't said nothing about Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 is PlayStation's biggest game. It beat out The Last of Us. It beat out God of War. It beat out Nathan Drake. You name it, it beat it out. And I said it was going to beat it out when nobody else was saying it. Because what else do y'all got? Beat out Aloy, beat out everybody. You're telling me that you don't even have a concept art? Y'all sitting out here talking about where our games are at. Like we can't go on the internet. I could find you 3 games for Xbox with date releases coming out this year. What are these people like Ryan McAfee talking about? Game Serials, Spartan 117 and the Chit Chat community. I can tell you what they're talking about. And it's just like I said, I know the only game that matters. See, they're not talking about when Redfall's coming out. They ain't talking about that. They're not talking about when Dark Tide comes out. Not talking about Warhammer and 40K. They're not talking about no Forza. They're not talking about Diablo, because those games don't scare them. The game that scares them, they ain't even talking about Stalker 2. And the heroism of those guys, some of them devs for the UK have been fighting for their country. Notice none of the articles even talk about them. You know? And this is reality. They're not even talking about them. Because the game that scares them the most, the game that they know not one PlayStation game can ever be made going forward can even mess with it, is the game that they want to know when it's going to come out. Why? Because it threatens their Spider-Man 2's essence, and that's Starfield. And it ain't even going to matter when Starfield drops. Just like what? Just like what happened. Y'all want to look what happened when God of War came out, right? When God of War came out, a whole 2 weeks went by. Sony was quiet. What happened when High on Life dropped? Within a couple days, it was loud. If High on Life became the #1 game in the world, right? Destroying everything. And the base value for High on Life was 3 letters, FUN. People of all ages wanted to play that game because it's fun. It's fun. It had no agenda about it. It wasn't trying to win no Gotti. That's not what the point of games are anyway. It wasn't trying to win all these things that don't define gaming. But High on Life had something that God of War couldn't obtain. And that's that fun factor. Still being played today. Still being talked about. Took it over. So if a little game, right, like the donkeys would say, that's a little game. So if a little game like High on Life can overshadow your AAA cross-gen game, right? Imagine what's going to happen. Just imagine when a big Goliath, Bigfoot, Leviathan game like Starfield comes along in your neighborhood. You can't get it. You can't get that game. You can't get Forza. You can't get Stalker 2. What are you going to get? You can't get no real next-gen game. They lied to you about Forspoken. When are y'all going? What was the outrage over that lie? Just saying. We want to talk about video games. Everybody want to act like there's no lying going on, right? Nobody ever wants to call this stuff out because we're institutionalized, right? I just need to be positive. Well, let me tell you about that's not reality. We gotta, right? Because these same clowns that you don't want to mention about, right? They're bold enough to say, oh, we got to be critical. We got to call it like we see, but y'all don't. That's the problem. Y'all don't. You pick and choose what you want to call out. You don't call it out straight out across the board. Nobody's even meant. You guys went along with how the media and everybody else that hates on Xbox went about it because y'all are nothing but the echoes of them. We're the echoes of the streets. We're not the echoes of the industry. You guys are. So when we were watching that damn show, that Game Awards show, y'all came out like everybody else came out, talking about where were the Xbox games at. Bunch of damn dummies. Thought y'all were Xbox fans. Who goes to the Game Awards looking for Xbox, dummy? Nobody does that. You got these dudes out here worrying more about Xbox, but I thought Xbox has no games. How can you worry about a damn brand that has no games? But y'all want to come at folk like me, realist, Game Serials, Spark 117, the Chit Chat community. Y'all want to come at Shane G and my man Smitty Smith for having the Xbox, the Book of X in his library. You want to come at folks like my man Louis Frag and Daya. You want to come at them. That's my community. They're part of me like I'm a part of them. Don't get mad at us because we the X League. Don't get mad at us because we the X League, bro. We just don't play that damn donkey shit that you play. We don't play that. We don't put on those donkey outfits for nobody. We ain't looking for no validation. Who the hell are y'all? We ain't looking to get approval. Fuck is y'all. Y'all ain't nobody to us, bro. I've been talking Xbox game before any of this shit. Before I came up on no damn social media, bro. I don't care who somebody thinks is great out here. That's good. You think somebody's great out here? That's good. Legal's not knocking that. Because one thing I can say is everybody that has a YouTube channel, right, who's built a community had to put in work. They still had to put in work. But what I said was different. Yo, why are we always praising the YouTuber? The YouTuber ain't shit. We got to start praising the viewers. It's the viewers that make these channels. All my chit chat, I love when I see them talk. All these people, they've been riding with me for a long time, and I've been riding with them. They don't have to have a channel. I don't care. I don't have to have a channel. I communicate with them. I love to communicate with them. It's the viewers. Why you think Gaz started Skip to My Lewin out here? Because he got afraid of the viewers. Viewers came out. See, what you clowns are not used to is when the street starts talking about y'all. When they start making points to y'all and calling you guys out. See, y'all like to run y'all's mouth and think that there's nobody out here that's going to say, hey, listen, that ain't right. Soon as somebody says, oh, no, look, listen, it ain't right. Y'all want to act like, oh, let me come in here and floss my authority. Let me bring my legions of followers. We don't give a damn about that, bro. Y'all should know better than that. Y'all should know better than that by now. That's like why my man Frank said as soon as I saw him throw up something about legal, he already knew. But see, it took him a very long time, right, Frank? Took him a very long time to get that chest out. It didn't take me but a few hours. What? Somebody said what? Huh? Few hours. That's the difference. Few hours. He had to go get him some vitamin D milk or some almond milk. He had to go get him some spinach. You know, he had to get himself somebody, he had to get some people in his ear. Start pumping up that balloon. He got that balloon heart. Because let's face it, on reality, bro. Gas ain't scaring nobody in real time, bro. In real time. In real time. He ain't scaring me in real time. So I'm looking at him. What's the best thing that he can do? Is send a text. That's all he can do. Send a video. What y'all expect him to do, bro? Y'all expect anything else? This is just gaming, bro. Y'all want to accept somebody that's talking up in your community that ain't playing your games? But if you're going to accept that, then you should be quiet on anybody else that runs their mouth. You should be quiet. Because look, man, let's keep it real. Let's keep it 1,000, right? Y'all got mad at Crap Gamer for doing the same exact thing. Took y'all 8 years. 8 years. Finally said, we tired of Crap Gamer. But you know what? Crap Gamer built a whole community off of certain Xbox mindsets. He did that. He was coattail too. Nothing special. He was coattail too. Because we know who his father is. We know who his father is. A lot of them got fathers. But did a damn good job for 8 years. What's up, Fireballs? Smitty Smith in the building, bro. Talk that talk, New Legal. You got to let these fools know what it is out here. The Book of X. My man, Smitty Smith. I'm going to let that sit for a while, bro. Because you know what? Let me see if I can do something real quick. Boom. They going to see your stuff. They come here, Smitty Smith. I appreciate you letting me. I go to Smitty Smith's library. He gives me the Book of X free of charge. So I have to say, appreciate you, Smitty Smith, because I don't have to pay to get it. Rain G4 down there in the A-Town. Game Pass has all the YouTubers running scared because they were riding Sony. Now look at them. Exactly. Exactly. Got me out here, hey, Liga. Yo, they got us. They want to stereotype the Xbox community so easily. Can't talk like we talk, man. You know? Nah, because we grown men. I don't even follow the dude. I don't follow him. But I seen him in action. I seen him singing like he's having a karaoke situation. I have nothing against the guy, but damn, I wasn't expecting to go down like this. Now people are going to Will Smith on these YouTubers. Exactly. Exactly. Fire boss in the building. Yo, Smitty Smith. Exactly. Rain G4, man. Appreciate you, baby. PS5 has to be in missionary so it won't overheat. Facts. Why are we still hearing about malfunctions? Did I not call it out? Now listen, this goes to everybody out here. This is what a real console was about. It's harmless. It's harmless. It's just showing what one can do and what can't do. That's the console war. Now, I called this out 7 to 8 months before the console even came out. Why are we still hearing about defects of the PlayStation 5? They got 5 variants out here. We ain't making this up. 5. Y'all went from overheating to screwdrivers to disk drives. Features ain't working to SOD slot expansion slots. Can't make this up, bro. Now we're having a freeze issue. Burn in with freezing, with liquid metal. If y'all don't know nothing about liquid metal, don't touch it. It's all truth, bro. I ain't out here lying. There's too much. Look, there's too much to call out on PlayStation than it is the Xbox. But you got these Xboxers, right? These Xboxers, because I call them Xboxers because they like to put on their gloves and think they beating the truth out of something, right? For being critical, but they're not. But they don't make sense, right? So you got these Xboxers out here with nothing else to say but where's the dates for Xbox games? Is that all you got to say? You ain't gonna big up the fact that Microsoft won the best publisher for 2 years in a row? You're not gonna say stuff like, hey, listen, it's been a rough year when it comes to exclusives, major titles. But hey, that was over with in the springtime. Microsoft already came out and told us Redfall's got to get delayed. Hell, even Scorn got delayed. Y'all remember when Scorn was supposed to come out like in March? Scorn. Hell, what? You know what? Let's be honest. What game did not get delayed? Damn. Immortality came through. Nobody was talking about that game. You see what I'm saying? Even Tunic got delayed. All these games got delayed, right? But it's like we hold Sony to a different standard. But yet this comes out of their own mouth. Keep that same energy. Hell, we are.
Hey, how about the God of War, Horizon, and GT7 got delayed?
They all got delayed, fam.
Yeah.
But where was the madness at? They accepted that. We even heard it from the old God of War dev on one of his podcasts. He was making excuses about, hey, listen, well, PlayStation's always brought these games, so if they have a few bad years, it's understandable. That's how people think out here. So because you think that way, that's why Xbox gonna come through and smash PlayStation to bits. Because it's called being the underdog. See, when you're at the bottom, see, this is what people gotta understand, and I think Realist knows what I'm about to do with this one. When you're at the bottom, there's this slogan about this. I think Chit Chat, y'all know what I'm about to say. But this is what they don't understand. When you're at the bottom, there's only one way to go, and that's up. When you're at the top, there's only one way to go, and that's down. Sony has to lie to you. When all the negativity about Sony started popping up, they knew exactly what to put out there for you clowns. Oh, show them the console shipments. Because you dudes can't see further than that. Oh, you put that out and y'all started running around. Look, Sony shipped 30 million consoles. Okay, what's that supposed to do to us? What's that doing? What's that supposed to do? If you really understood that was a failure, right? When y'all try to talk about Game Pass not hitting the mark, see, if you read your articles and you read those Sony statements, you would realize they're like 28 million consoles behind their target. But see, y'all dumb. Y'all don't even realize that. So y'all come out here saying 30 shipments. Oh, look at us. See, Xbox, the problem's going to be, do you really think the PlayStation 5 is going to sell 120 million consoles? I called it a long time ago. It's not. But you know what PlayStation's going to do? They're going to drag the PlayStation 5 through the mud, just like they're dragging that PlayStation 4 through the mud. Because there's too many people over there. They haven't made the exodus yet. They don't have a reason because you keep making these cross-gen games. So they really think, right, that these PlayStation fans really love Spider-Man. When we saw the apex of the Spider-Man sales, it came during the bundle and it came during the price drop. It didn't come when the game was damn near almost $70. It ain't. Nobody was buying that game at that when it was like that. You can, as a matter of fact, you don't believe what I'm saying? Go on the internet and you can follow the sales. They talked about Spider-Man so much, you can literally go month to month on when they hit milestones. Like when Spider-Man sold 1 million to like 3 million to like 5 million to like 9 million to like 10. It's all on the internet. And when you're doing that, look at the years. Look at the years. You think they finna jump? You think they're gonna jump ship from their PlayStation 4s for one game? All right. PlayStation community is about to show Jim Ryan how they really feel. Wait, just wait. They're gonna see these Xbox games, right? They're gonna say, damn. Just like they see those numbers in the USA. Xbox got that million. They got that million. They can't use that no more. Exactly, Poe. Just wait till God is on Game Pass, because God is coming to Game Pass. They crying over one game. Sony crying over one game. You got people out here talking doom and gloom on Xbox. When we got dates, I proved it. When we know that every single one of those are not exclusive titles, because some of those games were being created before the deal was done. And Phil said he'll honor the deal. Now just think if Phil said we're not going to honor the deal. If you don't think Sony would have been crying, come on, man. They've been crying since the CMA started. So you don't think they would have cried over that? Oh. But yes, Sony can come over here and pay devs for their games not to be on Xbox. So Sony shows you who the bitch is. They show you who it is. It's not Microsoft. It's not Microsoft. They can't even get their damn controllers right. Their controllers can't sell. Nobody in their right mind plays competition-wise with a damn controller with their analog sticks directly horizontally from each other. Who the hell does that? That's not ergonomic. Look, you think we are aliens? Everybody out there with sense, right, makes their controllers like the Xbox imprint. This is why, hey, Valve got sued by Scuff, right? Come to find out later on, Scuff was doing business with Sony. You can look this stuff up on the internet. I ain't lying about none of this stuff. Y'all accept those lies, right? You accept those mediocre expectations from PlayStation. That's what's going to get you in trouble in 2023, because the Xbox community has something to say now. Yeah, you had a good train run. No, I ain't going to deny that. Y'all had a library full of narratives, and y'all kept throwing it to us. But once we stop believing in those narratives, right, and we start chunking them damn narratives into the dumpster of fire, as more and more of those books started burning up, and y'all couldn't make more and more narratives, this is where y'all are at today. We keep asking for the list wars, right, Game Zeros? Right, Spartan? Right, Realist? Right, Chit Chat? Where the list wars at? Put your list out. They're afraid to do it. They now want to embrace third-party games. Y'all are making false doctrines now. Putting out false doctrines. Y'all can't even stand on your own word. And what makes it even more worse, some of you so-called galactic Xbox fans out here with YouTubers, y'all play right into their card by wanting a doom and gloom Xbox. Y'all play right into their hand.
Hey, they said doom and gloom since 2001.
What have you been playing? Let's do it. Look, let's be for real. All right? Before we move on, I'm going to let everybody talk. We ain't rushing. Listen, let's keep it real, right? Sony comes out saying they don't believe in generations. Astrobot. Nobody's talking about no damn Astrobot. Let's just keep it real. Astrobot. Sackboy. Returnal. Seafood. Then when they got Miles Morales, right, it was a 5-hour extended DLC game. They got mad until that proof came out. They had to shut up about that, right? Now that's what they brought to the table. Xbox didn't do no better, right? We basically had Gears Tactics. We had the medium. All right? Nobody really brought out, nobody had no heavyweights in the beginning. So this is all imaginary stuff. Then you get to the 2021, right? And Sony still didn't have nothing for them. Horizon Forbidden West was supposed to come out that year. God of War.
Horizon, God of War, Gran Turismo, everything.
There you go. They all these games, Gran Turismo, they were supposed to come out that year. They got delayed.
Imagine all of these games come out in 2021, right? This is what
this is what was going to happen, Game Heroes. Them games would have came out, the worst embarrassment in gaming history would have happened. A racer would have outsold all of them. It would have had all the gamers on it. That would have been a total embarrassment. Then the damn racer game couldn't even get a fair judge. It couldn't even get a fair judgment. The racing game was where everybody was at. Flight Slim scoring high. I ain't played that much, man. But damn, it scored high. All these games scored high for Xbox, right? And they had to crown Xbox. Okay, so watch this, y'all. These are facts. Buckle up. Then I'm going to let my comrade speak again, right? This is where the funny part comes in at. Because just when that happened, all right, nobody thought, well, next year, PlayStation's going to take the victory. No, they wasn't. Because the news articles and everybody had Starfield in their mouth. All these Xbox influencers. Y'all remember that wave that happened, right? From arena to arena. What were they doing? Putting up the word Starfield on Twitter. I'm not making this up. Everybody has Starfield in their mouths like they go to sleep with it. It was a Starfield fiasco. And they did it up until the point when it gets delayed. Microsoft even put a date out for it. Everybody has Starfield in their mouth. If you was a YouTuber in the gaming industry or a gaming influencer, you spoke about Starfield. They weren't even they weren't talking about none of these other games, right? And then it got delayed. And when it got delayed, they rejoiced. You know why they rejoiced? Because now they have all this year to just talk about how Xbox failed. Yep. I want y'all to follow me. See, now this makes good a way to build my empire once again. See, we wait for Xbox to fail so we can build our empire. But we tend to think when Xbox is doing so great, we want to just keep talking about it. So when it fails, it's something to talk about. We know the game, right? So all last year, Sony put out their heavyweights. That's what the donkeys call them. They call Horizon Forbidden West a blockbuster game.
That was a banger.
A banger. They call Gran Turismo 7 the best thing that ever happened to racing. Right? They call God of War the game of all games. Best game
masterpiece
ever made in the world, in the universe. Ever. Ever and ever. And I get up on my spaces, right? Every blue moon I do a spaces, right? And I ask the PlayStation community, what do you like so much about God of War? What is it that you see in this God of War that you like the most? None of them said the combat system. None of them said the graphics just blow my mind away. None of them said, I just love it because the series, and I've always been a fan. And I just love God of War. Game Heroes, you got echo.
Oh, sorry.
None of them said that. You want to know what they told me? They love the story.
The father-son relationship.
The father and son relationship. That's what I like. We seen the reports. They got mad at me because I came up and said, hey, listen, man, I like to watch God of War. I watched the first one. I was up on YouTube. Everybody thought I was lying when they came in running their mouths. I said, bro, you don't even play the game. The first 15 minutes of the first game, you don't even have to touch a controller. The adult community came in to crucify me. I'm like, wait a minute, bro. How you going to crucify me? I'm telling the truth. So you want me to go on YouTube and prove this, right? They want me to go on YouTube and prove this. So I went and got the walkthrough. Realize, did I not do that? I posted it on Twitter. Yep. I said, 15 minutes, y'all tell me where the gameplay's at on this game. For 15 damn minutes. That's the God of War experience. Then the second one comes out, and it's more of that on top of puzzles. Everybody was talking about it. We had some people that were having a hard time with the puzzles. They couldn't even figure it out.
I don't know how they had a hard time when it's basically holding your hand.
Right, and the son is, look, and what was funny about the game was the son would literally like go through the puzzles and stand up on a high platform and look down at Kratos like, you can do it, Dad, come on. That's how corny this shit is. The son is wittier than the father. So there ain't no father and son. It's the son and the father, damn it. The son is the father is the son. That's the game. Now listen, y'all the ones came out here talking about it's the best game ever. It's got it. And they caught an L. They caught an L by one game. One game whooped all three of your games. One game. And it was called Elden Ring. Because Elden Ring had truth in it. It had a co-op. It had a community. Something your games don't have. I told y'all, the little minions that we see on Twitter, that's the 0.07% of their whole community. Notice they don't even rep the games that the true PlayStation communities rep, because the true PlayStation community aren't even playing those games. They're playing Fortnite, Minecraft, FIFA, NBA 2K. And what's the last one? Y'all know.
What, Madden?
Somebody's bouncing. Fix your mic. They play Call of Duty. That's the game that they play. Come on.
I thought you already said that, bro.
Now, realize, if Sony threw out their best games, right? These are their best games, Smitty Smith, Louis Frag, Rain G4, Forts 11, Poutrix, Dia, and everybody else up in here, right? This is supposed to be one of their best lineups. Because listen, here is their lineup. Let's just be real. Horizon Forbidden West, Spider-Man 2, God of War, and Forza Motorsport 7. They only know about
Gran Turismo.
Yeah, Gran Turismo. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean Gran Turismo 7. That's it. They only know about Wolverine. So their lineup, Aloy, Kratos, the racing game. What do they try to make The Last of Us a part of this generation, but it just ain't doing it. People getting tired. They got the remasters, but we ain't bringing them up. We're not even going to bring that up. That would be too laughable. So if you already brought out your aces. Right. You've already brought out your aces. God of War is already out. Forbidden West already out. Gran Turismo 7's already out. Spider-Man's the only one that's not out. When Spider-Man comes out, that's the end of your generation. You don't know what you can't name us a bigger game than Spider-Man. There's not one that exists. Peter Parker's the biggest.
Not on that platform. It begins and ends with Spider-Man.
It ends with Spider-Man. And then you got these clowns out here talking about Microsoft is the victim. It's the victim. It doesn't. What the hell are you talking about? We're the only platform that's got these big games that are going to be next gen utilizing all this new technology. Nintendo don't do that.
Bro, Xbox the only one that really believes in generations.
That's it. Hey, Xbox did
Straight
it real
up.
quick. We're done with Xbox One. Put that away. Microsoft said that. Put that away. They didn't say they were going to drag the Xbox One into this generation. Put it away. You see what I'm saying? But they want to sit out here with these little peons, right? And make you believe that these peons know what they're talking about. Well, they don't know what they're talking about. They're just there for the clickbait. They make dumbass art titles that have nothing to do with nothing. It's Spider-Man. Why do you think I keep saying where's Spider-Man 2? Because that's it. That's all there is to talk about. All you got from Wolverine is Wolverine sitting up in a bar, bro. You got more Wolverine than you do on Spider-Man 2. You got something. Damn, you know, Wolverine had a cowboy hat on with the white beater on, sitting in a bar, getting drunk. And we saw the claws come out of his hand. You can't say that much about Spider-Man 2 to save your life. But yeah, you got these lames out here talking about where are these Xbox date games at? Dumbass, type it up on your PC. What are you talking about? You a gaming journalist. How you going to ask that dumbass question when it can easily be announced? It can easily be put up there. If you really was truthful, you would say, here's the games that are coming out on Xbox that have a date. We know that there's more games that are coming out. We don't have a release date for those either. But the most anticipated game that we're looking for release date is Starfield. Bro, that's about as real as they can say it right there. But nah, they come out here January the 3rd. The new year ain't even broke in yet. We ain't even been a full week. And we got Shaggy coming out, running his mouth. And all you got to do is facepalm yourself like, damn. And they want to talk about people down here console war. Y'all scared of Shaggy, though. That's why I don't take y'all seriously. Rain G full back in the building. Sony dudes got double slap. Elden Ring won Gotti, and that genre was what Sony was pushing with the remake of Demon's Souls and Bloodborne. Amen. The very game that they pushed, right? The very style of game that they pushed slapped the dog shit out of them. How can you not laugh at this? How? You gotta laugh. This stuff is hilarious. That was their best year. I'm letting y'all know that. 2022, they brought their armada, and that year caught nothing but they go ask a PlayStation fan how many copies has Horizon Forbidden West sold. They don't have a number for it. You know what we know? Games Heroes, Spartan, Realist, Chit Chat. I'm gonna tell you what we know. Sony's just waiting for them numbers to look impressive. And then they'll come out, oh, look, it sold this amount. That's what they're doing.
You know why, right?
Yes, we know why.
Bongos.
Because we saw in 4 months, what did it do? It turned into a bundle.
Yeah. You know funny? That God of War turned into bundle on the first day.
First day. You want to know why?
Because nobody want to buy it.
Nope, that ain't it. See, Games Heroes, they would call you a fanboy for saying that. It's not that you're not saying a little bit of truth, because the numbers say they didn't want to buy it, right? But here's the number one reason. They needed to sell the PlayStation 5. They forced them to buy it. See, what did they say? If you want to play this game, you got to buy it.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. That's
it.
Yeah,
See,
that's
because
true.
what happened was the report came out, fam. Remember, they made over 60-something% of they made 60-something% of the PlayStation 5s out out of God of War Ragnarok bundles. So your chances of getting a PlayStation 5 by itself was slim. Those were already slim. See what I'm saying? So if you make 67% of Kratos, then you got a bigger chance of people buying that game on top of the console. That's what they did.
But technically, you're getting the game for free.
The game, the bundle. I can't remember what the bundle.
No, the game isn't free if they're selling the console for $550.
They taking it off on the console.
You're paying $50 for the game.
Yes.
But would you pay that $50 if you had the choice? And that's the whole issue with that. See, they were getting those consoles scalped. They were getting those consoles where people were selling for $1,400. So it's like, you know what? We might as well throw some games in there, right? They had people forcing bundles with controllers and everything else. People wouldn't buy that game if it wasn't for the bundle. It is what it is.
Yeah, but remember, Horizon got bungled 4 months, right? Realist. So how many people bought Horizon right now? There's no sales.
I mean, last I checked, it was like 7 million, and then you had like 7 million for Gran Turismo, right? But both of those games were in bundles.
But did Sony confirm these numbers?
What is it? MPD?
No, MPD don't do numbers. They just tracking. That's it. VG Charge.
Well, VG Charge. That's the one.
No, VG Charge started tracking game sales for almost a decade.
Well, no, whatever one is the orange one, VG Charts.
Yeah, but VG Charts don't track game sales in over a decade because you can't rely on VG Charts because they do make up numbers up.
They give an estimate, but at the end of the day, they had to put the games in bundles because people look. This is PlayStation's issue, and the Xbox had a little bit of that issue themselves. That's why they came up with Game Pass. People are buying these consoles to play other games, right? We always talk about, how Nintendo, they do so well. They sell so many games. But Nintendo doesn't have a whole lot of competition on their platform as well, right? So we'll see how strong those IP really are, because this is the best Nintendo has ever done. This is the most popular console they've ever had. This is the best their first party has ever done. But going forward, I don't think they could come out with a console that's 2 generations behind, right? They might go back to handheld and console so that they could meet the needs of gamers who don't want to just play games that are old or AAA games that are 2 years after release. They have to go through another port studio. So we're going to see what that's really about. But real quick, I'm almost finished because I want y'all need to stop cutting each other off, bro. Like y'all rude as hell. But listen, like when it comes to PlayStation, people don't buy the exclusives, right? They didn't buy a PlayStation for the exclusives. Only when it comes to Spider-Man, right? People buy these exclusives because they're good deals, right? If you look at their sale that they got right now, they got a couple of their exclusives for $30. And as low as $9.99 for some other exclusives, right? People are not buying these consoles for Sony games, right? And it's, in rare cases, you got people that are buying it to play baseball because it's the only one that's there. So Sony knows this. People are not buying these. People are buying these consoles out of habit. They're not buying it so they can play the next God of War for the most part. That's why it's in a bundle. If the opposite were true, they wouldn't have to put it in a bundle. Go ahead, Game.
No, I said cut it off. I said this is not Nintendo best year. I think the Wii was. That was their best, like of all, like better than the GameCube, the 64, and of course the Wii U. So,
well, I know you got a soft spot for that, right? But numbers don't lie, bro. They've never sold 40 million copies of any of their games before now.
They did.
What?
The Wii era. Yeah, Mario Kart Wii sold 45 million.
And that's the same one that sold 40 million. Now I'm gonna have to look that up, bro, because I don't remember them ever selling 40 million of a game.
Yeah, Mario Kart Wii sold over 30+ million.
I'm about to Google it.
A lot of games on the Wii sold a lot of million. You remember the Wii was like the Switch back then. People just buying games from inflation.
But Nintendo's gonna come out with a good console if they want to come out with something banger now. I'm tired of their handhelds and all their
Speak
little.
up in your mic, Spartan.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. I don't say about
Sound like
that.
you far away.
Yeah, but Nintendo cannot make a traditional console. Dude. They stopped doing it. They stopped competing for years after the GameCube. They're not.
Like,
It's working for them.
They gotta go on Game Pass.
Yeah,
I want Nintendo catalog library on Game Pass. That'd be killer.
Yeah, no, I think Xbox will probably come to the new Switch, but you know they're not going through that tradition right anymore, dude. Because they asked what 3 generations was it N64? It was
Nah, bro. What separates PlayStation from Nintendo?
exclusives.
No,
What?
like everybody has exclusives, but the
they
thing
have,
is,
they have
okay,
a fan base
look,
that actually plays their games.
yes, that's true. But if Switch can outsell everything right now, right? Let's just say it continues that. The next console sells over 100 million, right? Let's say they do that. God damn. Let's say they do that. Now, the thing that separates them is they don't get the third party support, right? Just imagine if they were getting games that they can sell on the console and collect the 30% like Xbox and PlayStation. You got to remember, Xbox still made more profit than Nintendo.
And the thing is, Realist, it's funny. It's funny you say that because that's actually how it used to be during the NES and the SNES. Because remember that iron grip that Nintendo had on the industry for a long time.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. So if Nintendo does not want to be stagnant. No business out there wants us to be stagnant. So what they're gonna have to do is they're gonna have to play the game like everybody else wants to play, because they're not gonna sell 60 million of their exclusive next go round, right? They made what, $15 billion last year, right, or the year before last that was reported. They could do even more if they could get more third party games on there.
They could do more if they start getting more first party teams too.
More first party teams.
But they refuse to do that. That's why they don't dive into their catalog and bring out stuff that people keep begging them for.
Real quick, Realist, and $5 you made a point, but also remember, nobody wants to put their games on a console where their game can't be showcased at its best. Right. That's another problem with Nintendo. They don't want to make a powerful enough console. I sure the hell ain't gonna want to do that. I done put all this hard work into that.
Yeah, but this stuff, dude. What you gotta understand,
that's
like,
that's the problem. That's all I'm saying.
It's a problem, but see, after the GameCube, right? Nintendo was about power, the N64, the GameCube, the Super Nintendo, and NES, right?
Exactly.
But what happened is they get their ass whooped. All right, so think about it, right? Come on, really. Let's think about this, right? Let's go back in a time machine, right?
No, he's right. He's right. That's what I've been constantly saying. They got the throat slit.
No. If you had a GameCube or Xbox, right, and both have the same game, like you want to play a multiplayer, right? Let's say we want to play Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, one of my favorite games of all time, right? What version you want to get? You want to get the Xbox version. That's the problem. Like, more people just going to buy the multiplayer on all the systems.
Okay, I got a question for you real quick. I'm going to let Realist speak. From 85 all the way up to 2000, what was the style of play for video games? What did they look like? Before we had games like Grand Theft Auto, what did most games look like?
Oh,
what you mean like top down?
Top down.
How about animated? They were all animated looking.
Yeah, animated.
Okay.
So it didn't start changing until these consoles got more power. People wanted to make the thing of making more realistic games started becoming the thing, right? As that began to grow more and more and more throughout these consoles, Nintendo stayed the same. So but Nintendo has been able to survive the way it is because it has a market for that, and majority of that market, man, is on the eastern side of the world. So that's why I've always said Nintendo, it just by default doesn't have to change, and they don't have to conform because they know their audience.
That's not, dude. That sounds good, bro. But you're the same age as I am, and you remember Nintendo Power just like I do, and just like Game Hero and Boss Man said, they got beaten into submission, and then they said, you know what, we're not going to compete anymore.
Yeah,
They threw the Wii out there, and the Wii happened to be a slam dunk. But the problem with that is, even though it outsold all the other consoles, it got little to no third-party support and little to no third-party sales.
It hit a glass.
It was not the lead. It was real bro. It was not the lead platform.
No.
And so now, come on, bro. And then they had the Wii U. Nobody bought the Wii U. Nobody bought the Wii U. So then they bring out the Switch, the Hail Mary. We're gonna combine. I did too. 14 million people did. I think the Dreamcast outsold the Wii U. Now, then they bring out the Switch. We're gonna combine our handheld and home console. Because like I said before, every generation, if you combine both of those, Nintendo probably wins every generation. And so now the Switch is successful. You think that they want to take that and build on it or stay where they are?
Build on it.
Because if you stay where you are, that means you stay with the status quo. You level off. Where's the attractiveness to investors at that point? I know they got hotels and theme parks that they're supposed to be trying to do, but how attractive are they to investors? Who's going to leave their money there just for the status quo? Who's going to invest for the status quo? They need to grow, and that's how they grow. They need to capture more third-party sales. But again, before and I'm gonna shut up. Shout out to the chat. Legal, you pretty much took over. Real quick. You pretty much went off about 50 minutes. But shout out to the chat, and shout out to the real Xbox fans who understand who's really for Xbox, who's really about building the Xbox community. Because I appreciate my Xbox, that does not make me a shill. It does not make me a fanboy. I might be, but that does not make me a fanboy because I appreciate what Xbox is giving me. And the sooner these clowns realize that Game Pass is the new platform that Xbox is under, the better they'll be. Because we got big games coming out, right? Announced games, and these dudes are still worried about the first party. The first party will come when it's ready. Because like Legal and I, we spoke. You got Monster Hunter that's coming out. You got Atomic Heart that's coming out next month. You got 2 more Persona games that are coming out this month. Now, maybe they're not for you, but they come out with a lot of games every month, and not all of them are going to hit with everybody, but there has to be something in there for you. Microsoft, I don't think they're at the point where they're going to give you a first-party AAA title every month. So appreciate what's there. Or go buy a PlayStation, because if PlayStation was giving these guys what they want, that would be what they would be talking about instead of wondering when Xbox is going to come out with a new game. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's the problem. The problem with these communities is the clowns get the attention, and the real people, I think it's adults.
And see, legal misused my Xboxer term. Xboxers will be us because we out here fighting all the time. We're the ones boxing down.
Oh, that's you. But see, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's guys with the smaller platforms that, you know, I appreciate everybody who comes, because I know these are Xbox fans with the occasional snitch that goes to run back and tell these guys, because they're there for entertainment. They're not there to talk about gaming, and because they're playing games. These dudes do too much editing to play games. That's why it took so long for him to clap back. He had to get somebody to write some lyrics for him, get somebody to edit for him, and it takes him a whole week to say something back. But shout out to the real Xbox fans out there who are playing these games and can read the play and understand what Xbox is doing for us. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't like it, go play somewhere else. I don't understand these guys that need to complain every day instead of play these games and talk about what we have. What you got, man?
Here.
Hey, really, you forgot something too. Age of Empires still is coming out on the 31st. Now, I know a lot of people don't like RTS games, and we get it, right? It's a very niche genre.
But what about when you don't have to pay for it?
The key word to all this is diversity. That's what I keep saying, everybody. You look on both sides of the camp. Who's got the most diverse catalog?
Oh, excellent.
Who's got the wider assortment when you walk into their buffet?
Bro, it's probably it's Xbox, Nintendo, then Sony when it comes to diversity of first party titles.
But look, if you watch the trailer, right, of the Agent Empires 2 and 4 on World's Edge, do a trailer like we listened and see all the people tweet and complain. Where's Agent Empires on Xbox? Where is that?
And then they ain't gonna play it.
We want that, and he have all these tweets, and in the end, we listen, and Agent Empires 2 is coming to the Xbox on January 31st,
Yo,
2023.
y'all ain't listening to Games Heroes. He's
And
giving y'all a mystery, and he showed me this is facts. Keep talking.
oh,
I
my
got
bad.
you back on this. This was facts.
And they said Agent Empire 4 is coming out, next year, this year or 2023, and this and this and this and this. Well, I've seen people like okay, we're gonna have that's a first party game, and I said on the spaces like, oh, we don't want that shit. But come on, man, look, majority of these Xbox guys, they're not really gamers. They want showcases. We get it. We want the most prettiest graphics.
Want something to talk about. That's what they want.
Something to talk about. Yeah, like if the other Kim got God of War, they want something like Starfield to fight the console wars. But who cares? Like, Agent Empires is a great game. Like, if you have a problem with Agent Empires, you telling that World's Edge
Speak
that you
on it.
don't want Agent Empires. Don't let me see you out Captain trying to get Agent Empire 5 or Agent Mythology on the goddamn Xbox. Don't see that.
Let me say something real quick, Games Heroes. I want to go back to that fact that you did because I think people underestimated that ultimate truth. People think that Age of Empires just came over to Xbox just by chance. Oh, let's just get Age of Empires over on Xbox. That ain't what happened. This is what I'm talking about. Real Xbox fans are going to dig and research in their community. There was forums of Xbox fans. See, Microsoft, the dude even said it, right? Right, Games Heroes? He said, we were paying attention to the Xbox fans, right? They were asking us.
World's Edge is the studio. That's a studio from Microsoft they formed.
They were asking them. These are the console gamers, y'all. Asking them, when can we get Age of Empires on our Xboxes, right? Of course, in the beginning, right, you're going to kind of ignore it because you're like, Age of Empires is just strong on PC. Now, this just didn't happen overnight. This is years of it. But now, like I said, with the technology connecting together, with everything being done right, with this Xbox DX12 Ultimate, which a lot of these so-called Xbox fans ain't elaborating on, so a lot of their followers don't even realize why we're getting these games. It's the power of that thing allows the PC games to be easily transported to Xbox. Mind you, Windows 11 was built on Xbox gaming. It was not like a web browser. We didn't need another internet source. We had Windows 10. Windows 11, if you don't have the requirements for the future of gaming for Xbox, there's no need to get Windows 11. It won't work right for you. So the whole notion ain't PC gaming or PC dominating anything. Xbox was the first one to have this new latest technology, and it gave it to PC.
And PC still catching up.
Right. So this whole notion from these lames, right, who don't build up the Xbox community. See, if you don't know these things, how do you know how to feel? But see, I ain't no wolf in no sheep clothing. I don't play the clickbait shit. I say it what it is. And then when you got people like realists to say what he's got to say, Boss say what he's got to say, 117 who sits here, who told y'all, I'm just here because I want to hang around these dudes. I ain't got to say nothing. I'm here. And if you just want to be a part of Di-RRec Gaming, come in here, sit down like me, come sit down. Spar 117 is our audience. He just comes in here. We got Smitty Smith, the bank, the librarian of Di-RRec Gaming. We got the Mighty Chit Chat community. You don't need a whole bunch of people coming in for entertainment purposes. This is gaming. We talking gaming, right? So that's why I don't work over here. When you get one of those entertainers and you bring them to Di-RRec Gaming, it don't work. They don't compact. You can't bring those lames over here. They're going to get slaughtered. Stop acting like those entertainers are going to do anything. They're not going to do anything. They don't have the capacity to do it. So you got to be into this stuff. You got to be in this stuff. You got to be knee deep into this stuff. We ain't here to play games with our community. I'm not on the mic singing auto tunes to you. I'm not on the camera slapping my face, putting press lead nails on my fingers and arching my eyebrows and slapping my thighs. I'm not doing all of that shit. That ain't got nothing to do with gaming, bro. Ain't got nothing to do with gaming. And I don't discredit another person who's just as passionate as I am, right? Who represent their gaming console of choice. I salute them. I don't need no cupcake, right? I don't need no Hansel and Gretel. We just need who you are. Be who you are, man. Rep that shit. We don't care. I don't care if you like Nintendo. Put those damn Mario games on Twitter and let the whole damn world know you like Paper Mario. Because a gamer is going to respect the gamer. If you look today, we're back on this shit with these PC gamers. This dude's like, I'm on Twitter, right? You know how PC gamer got to always try to make himself feel good. I'm on Twitter and I'm looking at all these console wars. Yeah, the shit that's fun, dumbass. Reason why you ain't a part of it, that ain't our fault, but console wars is fun. We've been doing this shit for eons. Get with it or get out, bro. We ain't caring about what your comment is, right? But then you want to show I'm playing with 84 teraflops of power, and I'm looking at these peasants. You know what my question was to him? F those pictures, bro. Show your gaming. Because we know one damn thing you ain't gonna do. You're not gonna. You done put up all that, right? But you ain't showing us no 12K gaming at 300 frames per second. What are you gonna show me? What are you gonna show us other than pictures?
Illegal. He calls us peasants, so we might as well act like hillbillies around him. That's a mighty pretty rig you got there, boy.
Boss, it's about to get real. Watch this. When you see people like that, right? Who calls the console space peasants? Because he didn't say Xbox, he didn't say Nintendo, he didn't say PlayStation fans. He said us all in general. But let's get real, right? Who's dropping a movie this year with a classic mascot that I predicted gonna sell 2 billion? Easy. Mario. Mario comes from what space? The console space. There ain't no PC game pulling no Mario numbers that's got the nostalgia of Mario. Sega did it before then. Why you think Mario went back to Nintendo and made them take notes? Yo, get me out here in the movie, man.
And it's funny you saying that, Legal. Right. Because remember the movie that came out before Sonic that was the only PC based game at the time.
Wow.
Doom with Rock.
Yeah, Doom. Yeah. The World of Warcraft.
That didn't do anything. The World of Warcraft.
No.
World of Warcraft in the movie space.
No. World of Warcraft did a lot of numbers. It didn't go well, but it did.
Well, yeah, when it hit China.
It ain't do shit. It ain't do shit, bro. We're talking about Mega Kid. Listen, my point is this. Here's where my point is going. I was just making facts on that, right? Now, here's my other point. He called us peasants. But let's do
Who is he?
Let's
who called us peasants?
Yeah, let's do the numbers, right?
Who called us peasants?
Who's with pretty slick looking rig?
A dude with 84 teraflops of power on his rig, right? Called us peasants.
Okay. That's a whole lot of power.
Watch this now.
Them stop.
Called us peasants. The last time I checked, right? We're in a new generation. Next gen for consoles is 4K 120, right? Now, that's our community. Luck. That's our community. Now, you can be upscaled. You can get an S, right, and go to 1440 120. That's our height numbers, right? One of our consoles does 1440 120. The other one does 4K 120. That's the Xbox That's the Xbox mountain right there, right? That's our community as a whole moving forward, right? In this generation. PC generation, right? The majority of their community is doing 1080p 60. And he has the audacity. He's got the nerve to call us peasants. See, when you're knowledgeable, the dumb shit don't work. What's good, Fang? The dumb shit don't work. See, a lot of people let these idiots get to them because they're not knowledgeable. When you're knowledgeable, it don't work. You're calling the console space peasants, but our space is doing better when it comes to visual and performance than the PC space. You're calling your own community peasants. Look how stupid he looks. This is why you gotta stay on top of your game, right? You can't let little peons get you all worked up. You can't let these folk that are out here that are institutionalized. You can't rely on that because they got the shut up, right? They got the gag order. They can't just come out here saying stuff because they signed something. They signed the dotted line. Oh, listen, if you just keep being like this, we'll get you, we'll open you up to a crowd. We'll do this and do that. You got people looking at themselves like they something, bro, because of followers on Twitter, social media. Bro, you ain't rich. You still living in that same crib. You still driving that same car. You still going to that same job. And if you don't work, you still got that same YouTube channel. That's it. You ain't nobody, you ain't on the news, bro. You ain't in Hollywood. Nobody's giving you a max deal. You ain't Ninja, right? You ain't on one of these video games. Let's just keep it real. You ain't on Fortnite as a character. I see LeBron James and Giannis and Ninja on Fortnite. That's a big deal. I saw Ninja making a $50 million contract with Microsoft. $50 million. That's a big deal. You ain't them. The hell you? What are we dealing with, man? Who y'all trying to gas up here? You bringing mediocrity to us. We on the bottom, bro. We know who we at. We take pride in that. We cool. We good. Because we say what we say. We feel how we feel. We good. Nothing somebody does on that keyboard gets to me, bro. You can type whatever. I hope you get blisters on your fingertips. Type it up. Express your feelings to me as a grown man. And this grown man is going to respond back to you with laughter. This is just console gaming, man. But you got to make sense. You're the one out here acting like what you say makes sense. You out here, somebody told you that what you say makes sense. They got you out here. See, because they're not going to do what you do. None of them dudes are going to sing on a mic. None of them is known for that. None of them. They got you out here doing it. None of them dudes are going to type that nonsense you type. Look, we don't even listen. We don't even bother our brother JyzalGamingTV for jumping on your show. Bro, we grown-ass men. We don't even care about that. I don't care about that shit. Bro, I ain't going to stop Legal from doing what Legal does, or Realist, or Boss, or Game Heroes, or 117, or JyzalGamingTV, or my man the General, or Rain G4, or Mr. Kima. They don't stop them from doing what they do. They been doing what they do. They gonna keep doing what they do. And they stopping Hyperfang Gaming. Me and Hyperfang go way back. We came up with the term double agents. We did a whole show on that. Me and my man go all the way back, bro. There's a lot of people in here where we just went all the way back on Xbox gaming. It didn't even have to do with social media. There's just a lot of people that you don't know. Mr. Bushido, what's good, baby? These people think this shit, like all this stuff is coincidental. It's not coincidental, man. It's family. You can't come to Di-RRec Gaming messing with the branches and on this family tree. You want to act like you tough, bro. You know damn well you ain't getting in this gauntlet. You ain't going to get in this gauntlet if we don't jump on other people's shows. Y'all know what to do. You can meet us on Twitter. Twitter's a bigger platform than our channels. Get on Twitter, make a fool out of yourself. I got all day. I ain't got nothing to do. I'll let some time pass away. Get up there. Get your legions up. Because they ain't even representing their shit. They ain't even big enough to represent what they represent. All you dudes are clowns to me, bro. All of y'all. Y'all sit up here and you doom and gloom this beautiful community that gives to each other, that takes care of each other. All we got to say, man, listen. We don't want to hear that stupid ass shit no more. Put your time and effort into putting positive energy out here. Because the ones y'all paraded for didn't have your best interests as a community. Y'all were just growing their YouTube channel. All they ever wanted y'all was to give to them. They never do nothing for y'all. You expect everybody out here to have y'all's mindsets. That ain't reality, man. Everybody don't play that goofy ass shit. Everybody don't get into all that silly stuff. Everybody don't play the same game. We play spades over here. So we have to call the cards out like we see them. This is a spade table over here on Di-RRec Gaming. We don't do those other games where you can make up shit. In spades, you got to call the card what it is. That's the difference over here. So you ain't got to like us. Go look. There's thousands of channels on YouTube. Select one. Select one that attaches itself to your feelings. You're not hurting nobody over here, bro.
Hey, I like to say that not everybody plays the same games, and that's 100% true, man.
Games Heroes, they can't sit here and tell us, right, Games Heroes, that Age of Empires is nothing. Oh, it doesn't count. Who are you? Yeah. You don't come in a community with millions of gamers. Millions. This is how stupid this is. The gaming world is what, 2-3 billion? 2-3 billion, right? There's 8 billion people on this earth. 2 to 3 billion of them are gamers. And you get somebody that wants to come up on Twitter and tell 8 billion gamers that Age of Empires doesn't count because it's a PC game.
Oh, no, it doesn't count because it was on PC, so it doesn't.
On
really,
PC.
Yeah, so it's not a new game.
How dumb this is?
It's not a new game.
When gaming itself is about experiences. So if you have a product, right, and you hit your apex, you out here. Realist is out here, and he's got this game. No, I'm sorry. Fireball, since he actually made video games, right? My man actually built video games, knows what it is to do all of this stuff, right? And he has this video game, and he sends it one place, Mr. Bushido, right? He sends it to this region, right? In this industry. And he maxes out because he's looking every year how his numbers are going up. And then all of a sudden he realizes his numbers are just kind of they're floating now. They're not really going up. They're not really going down, but they're maintaining, you know. And he's maintaining. And he knows, man, I'm good. You know, my game's been out for 7-8 years. I ain't falling. I got a nice community that just keeps it going, and I'm good, right? And he sits back and he crosses his feet up on his desk, kicks back and relaxes, right? And then one day, Fireball says, you know what? There's this community down here that keeps sending me text messages, right? In my forums. They hitting me up. They DMing me, I'm sorry. And they demanding, hey, listen, we would love to play a game. We just don't want to buy no damn PC to do it. But listen, man, there's a lot of people that don't play PC, or I used to be on PC and I don't want to be on PC. See, there's a lot of scenarios. Don't get it twisted. And now they want to be on console, but they remember just how good Age of Empires was to them. And they're trying to understand, well, listen, it's Microsoft. So it only makes sense Microsoft bring it over to Xbox, right, for us. And then Fireball starts scratching his head. And he's like, the first year, he doesn't really pay it too much mind. The second year, he's reading everything. The third year, he realizes he has over 1 million some people demanding this game to be on Xbox. And he's sitting there and he's saying, damn, now I can either kick my feet up and enjoy what I have, prosper, or I'm a dev. And the whole essence of me is get my game to as many people who want to play my game. It's an honor that after all these years, right? Because at 8 years, I was floating. 3 years went by. Now I got 11 years in that. On the 12th year, there's people demanding my game. Damn. Man, that's an honor. Man, let me think about this. The next year comes, and Fireball says, I've took a lot of thought process in this. I'm working on it. And guess what, y'all? I want to make an announcement that I'm going to be putting this game now on a console. Anybody with a business sense isn't going to get mad at Fireballs. They're going to say, damn, bro, you're reaching more gamers now. And Fireball's like, yeah, let's see what they do. Let's see what happens. And look, it comes at the most beautiful time in his life because he has something like Game Pass, where where he can't do nothing but win. Now, I don't know if y'all paid attention, right? But the developer for High on Life was on Major Nelson's podcast. And he said, Major Nelson asked him, what made you put the game on Game Pass? I'm curious to know. And he says, come think of it, Major. At first, we didn't even have Game Pass in our mind. We were making the game and we were going to ship it out just like any normal game that's not on a service, right? But he says, I started asking around about Game Pass. I was curious because people was like, yo, it's unique, it's different. So because it's unique and it's different, it's a new IP, try Game Pass. People were trying to tell him that. And he said, I went around the industry talking to a lot of my dev friends and a lot of developers just off the cuff. And he says more of them than the ones that did not told him to put his game on there and he'll never regret it. Because just how great Game Pass is. And this is what he saw when he put it on Game Pass. He noticed that a game like that probably would have never got. If you put High on Life for $70, nobody would have probably bought it for $70, right? Nobody probably would have paid attention to it if he just put it out there with nothing out there, right? He noticed this. But what he noticed was when a game hits Game Pass, word of mouth comes. People start talking about it. He said that's how our game blew up. Because people started talking about how much fun it was. The same people, right? Notice the forerunners, the articles that came out for that game. What were they doing? Dooming and glooming it. Oh, the gun won't shut up. Really? But you play PlayStation games. And y'all are here to tell us about characters that don't shut up. Really?
Now a lot of them are fans of that studio, but they got pissed off because it didn't come to guess where, because their more popular games been on what, PSVR, and they upset about that.
That's right, David.
Beliga. High on Life blew up, right? But guess what? It got a 64 on Metacritic.
There you go.
That's saying something. That's saying something.
I'm gonna go on mute. Preach.
That's saying something. That proves that Metacritic means shit. Now I use Metacritic for console wars, don't get me wrong. But it doesn't mean shit though, because if the game got a 64 on Metacritic, it blew up. That's saying something. It's saying something, folks. I'm not saying that. That's funny as hell. But that's why.
Shout outs to In the Mix and David Cohen. Good to have y'all.
Yeah.
Man.
The thing about Game Pass is it takes the power away from media outlets, right? Because you don't go to the the power of a media outlet is so that people can be discriminate with their spending, right? But if you're already paying for Game Pass, it doesn't make a difference what the review score is. You just boot it up and play it. So that's why you look at the user reviews compared to the critics reviews, and you got a huge contrast between the two.
81 on user reviews.
Yeah, because these gamers are playing games without. It's another thing about critics, man. Some critics, unless it's something they like, they're gonna go out of their way to be critical of something, right? They're gonna point out what's wrong with it before they say what's good about it, unless they're a huge fan of the series. And so that's why some of these companies, they need to watch who they give review units to, because some of them they say some of the silliest things. Oh, the gun doesn't shut up. Okay, but you can turn them off. So how was the game? Right? They go out of their way to talk about how, they go out of their way to talk about how the comedy didn't hit with them. How was the game? Mm-hmm. But when you have a service where people can just play the games, none of that matters. Twitter doesn't matter. Nobody's opinion matters but yours, because all you have to do is download it and play it. Go ahead, man.
You ain't even got to download it. You can just play it over the cloud if you got a good enough speed.
You do that if you want to.
Hey Ben, realist, like for example, right? I remember years ago when Forza Motorsport came out, right? The seventh one. Critics gave that game. Now it got an 86 on Metacritic. We all know how good Forza is, but some critics did kind of dismiss it because they told one biggest lie. The game didn't have microtransactions. It didn't have that. It didn't have.
I remember that.
No, really, it did not have that. Like, see, they took like about 20 points off because they have MTX in there and pay to win stuff. It never did. But guess what? The only thing you had is loot boxes, and they took all out the loot boxes less than a week. That's it. It didn't have MTX. Then when GT7 came out, they hide the MTX, the microtransactions. And when the game finally comes out, the microtransactions open up, and you had to pay how many cars? Like $40 for the one car. And I remember it was like a maintenance check that you couldn't play GT7 less than 36 hours. Now, how in the world that game got an 87 Metacritic? But see, that's the problem. Like, certain reviews are biased in certain games. And Microsoft has a media bias last generation. For example, Quantum Break. Now, some people did play Quantum Break. I think the game was all right. But they give Quantum Break a 40 out of 10, a 20 out of 10. How in the world how you going to get a game a 2 out of 10? The game is not terrible. But you're going to give again, like Uncharted, a 9 out of 10, a 10 out of 10. It's biased.
I don't understand how Uncharted scored in the 90s and then Tomb Raider's in the 70s. I don't understand that. But
the Empire was built off of the current status quo, and they're trying their damnedest to hold it. They're trying to hold the position the best they can, because it takes it takes a whole lot to break down and rebuild an empire. So now they're talking about like, oh no, so now we got to shift everything over to favor Xbox now. Oh man, dude, that's a lot of effort, man. And we already cashed all these checks from Sony already. Oh, I don't know, man. That's $5.
Real gamers are not even asking them to be biased towards Xbox now, right? We're asking for them to do their job, right? And present
exactly
the information as they should, right? With some integrity, right? Because you can tell that some of these games that these guys, these consoles they favor. I mean, Microsoft, I don't know what they were thinking. They would bring these same people onto their stages who didn't even care about Xbox, right? A lot of these people grew up as PlayStation fans. But Microsoft has to change those sentiments. That's on them to do. I'm not going to complain about them.
But I blame Microsoft a little bit most of this stuff, right? Remember,
for what?
For the media thing and stuff. Remember, like 2013, that was like the dark year for Xbox. It was a DRM. Everybody didn't trust Microsoft. The guy Don Matrick came out, no internet, buying Xbox 360. Like stuff like that, did a lot of bad thing. The Xbox, it did damage the Xbox.
Yeah, well, even after the 360, even after the 360, they didn't have the media on their side, right? Microsoft could have came and cleaned that up, but listen, this is a totally different Xbox now than it was then. This Microsoft would have cleaned that up. That Microsoft said, "Dang man, we might want to get up out of the business."
Shout outs to Savage Man, Manu92. Thanks for coming up in here, brother. Welcome. Have a seat, man. Thank you for coming in. And he's exactly right. Titanfall had the same bias. You know why they hated on Titanfall? For one, I was in Texas. I saw the
because it was
I
exclusive.
didn't make it to
It was
yep,
exclusive.
I didn't. That's one. I was.
That's the main reason.
You know, realist. We had the huge midnight release in Austin, Texas for that game, and I couldn't make it, but I went to the Dallas one. I went to the Dallas one and got it there, right? But what was so beautiful was that game, because it was on the one and it was using cloud compute. Now I want to break down Titanfall and let y'all get back to talking. It was a solid 60 frames per second game. In 2014, 60 frames per second. We were already there. Now, remember they laughed at us for the game not being 1080p. It was 720, right?
Yep.
Come to find out the Call of Duty on PlayStation 4 was 720. So this is how you know the dumb shit. But the media was hiding all of these facts about the PlayStation 4 not living up to its hype either. But that's neither here nor there. That's a whole nother story. So here it was at 720, possibly getting close to 800p, because remember they kind of cranked it up. They used a little bit of more juice. So we're looking at roughly 792, 60 frames per second. Now here's the beauty of that game. If you came to Titanfall, right, and all you did was be a camper, so you came in with that Call of Duty mindset, I'm going to sit in the back and just shoot people. All right, that's cool and all, right? But there was two elements to that game. If you was a gamer like me, when I drop down and I want to go out and attack, I want to actually fight the war. So I'm running around. There was a beacon item that I could get that was like a heat seeker. So if you was camping, all I had to do was use it and I could see you. It'd be going blue, and I could see you over there camping. Now watch this. If you got frustrated because I find you and kill you, now you want to get cocky and throw down your Titan, right? When your Titan came, the cloud compute kept all the information that you do when you play the game. So if you was camping and you dropped your Titan, guess what your Titan did? It just stood there. It was worthless. Yep. It didn't go out and fight. It didn't go out seeking nobody. It does exactly how you play the game. So every Titan, I want everybody to realize this, how beautiful and how great Titanfall was. And it deserved to be crowned the first $10 million seller.
It sold 10 million units.
It
was the first. Put some respect on Xbox.
Over here. It was about Titanfall too. Like, remember Sunset Overdrive came to Xbox Insight Game first, exclusive game for Xbox. They turned it down. Like
every Titan, I want everybody to realize this. Every Titan was different.
Yeah. That was a good game.
Every gamer was different. We haven't had that feeling since, y'all. I want everybody to think about that. We haven't had that feeling since.
That was a good game, though. Like,
I was one of those that hit Gen 10 in the 3 months. Remember when they gave out the credentials and we had the special little, item for your name to let everybody know you did it? I was one of those that did it. Shit's no least that Titanfall was freaking awesome. I don't usually play MP games much, but I played the hell out of that game. I did too, man. It was beautiful. Yeah, it was beautiful. Haven't had a game like that since.
But really, man, you gotta understand, man. It won't take years. All this gonna rebuild back, man. And they said it in the documentary too, man. It's gonna take years.
It's gonna take years to do what?
To rebuild back the trust for gamers. Microsoft.
Look. All Microsoft has to do is bring the content. All right. These dudes that you hear whining on YouTube are nobodies, right? They just got a bunch of weirdos that go sit in their chats, man. It does not matter what they say. Gamers just want to play games, right? And not have their information compromised or not be overcharged. Gaming needs to be accessible. Microsoft is working on that. Microsoft is doing that. All Microsoft has to do is bring the content. This whole DRM thing, that was overblown because everything that they presented in 2013, we're doing it now on every console and platform.
Yeah, we're doing it now, but the problem is they didn't know how to explain it. They knew
it. Man, don't say that. They did a horrible job explaining it because they were in a position where they felt like they could be arrogant, like Sony has done more than once.
with
right?
the PlayStation
That was the one time where they came off a W. No matter what a PlayStation fan says, PlayStation did not win that generation. They were not the lead platform. All right. Xbox won the generation doing next to nothing, and it gave them a false sense of security. And they came into the Xbox One generation thinking that they was really running it.
Yeah.
And they weren't.
But remember,
and so the TV thing, like they weren't where they thought they were, right? If they were where they thought they were, TV would have been just fine, because Xbox 360 helped build Netflix into what it is right now. It's just that they wanted to level up with it.
But remember, both Microsoft and Sony was the same position, the PS3 and the Xbox One. They both were victimized to their own success. PlayStation think that millions and 200 million people going to buy a PS3. That didn't happen. People, Xbox saying the same thing too.
How are 200 million people going to buy one console when in the whole of every generation, 350 is about what they can expect to sell? Which is why Sean Layton said what he said. The console base is not growing. Everybody that's playing games on mobile, and they're trying to reach them where they are, but they're playing tap games. So we better hope that they don't start dumbing down our games to fit a cell phone.
Yeah, man. Like both, like you would say, like Microsoft just victimized their own success, man. That's basically what it was. They knew, like the 360 was more popular. They had the market share. They were like the PS2 for that generation. What happened? They fumbled, and it took years to rebuild back. Cause think about it, it wasn't about the exclusive. Realist, we had great games in the first 4 years.
It's never about exclusives.
It was Sunset Overdrive. We had Timefall, Killer Instinct. We got all the Forza games. We had new IPs like Ori and stuff. It's just that while I seen people on Twitter like 2 years, like even this year playing Quantum Break in the first time. This game is dope, man. But one of you guys were in 2016. Like
big on it.
One of you guys were in 2000. Some people said Overdrive was dope. One of you guys were in 2014. Because they lost a lot of mind share. And what happened is that they lost the mind share. Like the hardcore base, like me, you, Realist, Spartan, Legal, we're the hardcore. We still stick with the Xbox. This is my tough times. But the casuals, they just went to the PlayStation. And majority of these casuals never really played these games.
But the casuals are already PlayStation fans. They only came to Xbox because they couldn't afford a PlayStation 3.
Thank you.
All they did was go back home.
Thank you. That's
you see what I'm saying? And so Microsoft won 360, right? Because PlayStation fumbled. These studios that Microsoft is acquiring now, that's when they should have been acquiring studios. But they came in with a false sense of security, thought that they were really the one in control, and they had to get humbled in that way, to the point to where they consider getting completely out of the game. But when it comes to consumer confidence, all they have to do is bring the games. PlayStation does a good job of presenting third-party games as if they're only on PlayStation.
Right.
That's why people go to that platform, because before that it was DVDs, and PlayStation entered into the gaming space at its low point. Sega was dying, Nintendo was dying, Sega died, PlayStation took over from there.
And I want to make this point, man, because and what's up, Trey Gaming? Good to have you, my friend. Look, you made a point, and I'm gonna come right on that point, because this has to be addressed, because the chit chat community is saying it too. When it comes to Rain G4 saying Sunset Overdrive was good, but it didn't sell like it should have. We have a graveyard for those games, right, Rain? Let's be honest. We put nothing but the truth out today, baby. It's going down. All right. So Sunset Overdrive was a victim of the bashing, the Xbox bashing. I can name the games easily. Timefall. We've said them, so we're gonna start with Timefall. It suffered because of the momentum of the hatred. Because let's understand, because I was there. Nobody can tell me anything. I was there. I saw the transition. People just knew it's over for Sony. I want everybody to hear me out. They were already writing Sony off, man. Oh, damn. Xbox come with this new console, man. Woo! The way the 360 went, bro, Sony can't compete. This is a clear victory. Everybody in 2012 was on that hype train. From the end of 2011 to 2012, the hype train was real. All right? Then E3 came. Before E3, they were already like, yeah, man, we just want to see what Microsoft was going to come out with. Nobody cared what PlayStation was going to come out with.
Nobody cared. Just
nobody cared, bro. Nobody cared. They wrote PlayStation off. Microsoft gets up on E3, messes up with the price, had the wrong leaders to represent console gaming. I mean, everything that Microsoft could do to drop the ball, they did. Now let's keep it real. The DRM thing that they like to throw up, what like these unknown donkeys like to throw up, right? They don't know what the hell they talking about, right? They don't realize that Sony was gonna do the same exact thing with games like Microsoft was gonna do. Both companies were gonna do the same thing, right? But when they saw, and they were even gonna set the price the same. Your PlayStation 3 was gonna be sold for $499. When they saw the reaction of the fans, the article said Sony went back into that room of seats. They had that quick meeting because they were next, and they said, "We can't do this. We can't do this. We're gonna have to change it up. We gotta take this now because, bro, there's no other way. Microsoft destroyed us last year. We gotta figure out a way to make some money. We gotta do something, right? We gotta do something now." So they executed on it. They was like, nope, let's come out here and make it seem like we were never for this. Let's make it seem like we weren't for DRM. Let's drop the price by $100. And they came out and they did what they had to do. Now, mind you, that it didn't save them from that console being what it was. The PlayStation 4 was not really better than the Xbox One. The difference was the technology that was used for both consoles. You see it today sometimes where a dev will come in and just work on a console that they normally work on that's easier for them. The Xbox One was a little bit more difficult to understand because of the cloud compute technology. It's the first of its kind. So you had people, they didn't even want to do parity.
It was the SRAM.
Let's keep it real, y'all. Devs didn't even want to do the parity. The negativity aura of Xbox affected the industry so bad that they didn't even want to do parity for it. They were just, oh, no, listen, 1080p over here, 900p over there. I was like, well, damn, it's not like you can't. What's the big deal? And this is where I was gonna go, and I'm gonna speed it up, realists and Games Heroes, to conclude on something y'all was talking about earlier, way in the beginning, right? They did all of this, and it just kept the negativity tone. Anytime Microsoft would do something positive, the industry knew, because a lot of them, most of them, 3/4 of them are donkeys, right? 3/4 of them are PlayStation fans. So they were going to keep that negativity wave going. So Titanfall fell to the wayside, but it powered itself. Titanfall just powered itself. Dead Rising 3, Forza 5, Rise Son of Rome, Sunset Overdrive. Now look, each one of those games are different. Mind you, none of them play the same. All these great diversity games. Quantum Break. Quantum Break came out, what, 2015? Yeah, it came out before Game Pass. All these games suffered the negativity graveyard. It wasn't until State of Decay 2 and Sea of Thieves came, and that was the turnaround. Those two games, I don't know where that community came from, but we should have had that community in 2013. Because that Xbox community, of course, you got to understand, there's segments when you're dealing with consoles. You got your day one buyers. So our day one buyers let us down. They wasn't strong enough, right? Then you have the ones that say, I'm not going to buy it yet because it's got problems. I'm going to wait till the next year when everything clears out. You got those. They didn't take care of Xbox. Then you have your late bloomers. It was the late bloomers of Xbox that said, we don't give a damn what nobody says. I'm finally getting me an Xbox, and I'm playing these damn games. And they came right at the right time. When Game Pass hit, our late bloomers came, and all they wanted to do was play. They wasn't on our tip complaining and crying and listening to these folk that don't know shit about gaming. We got caught into their trap. We did. All of us did. We all fell into that dumbass trap. But our late bloomers didn't. They just wanted to play on their Xbox. And when they got it, Metacritic sent out that damn 58, 62, whatever it was. I remember it was low numbers. Doom and gloom. Then it activated the so-called our best Xbox talkers out here. And oh man, here they go. And they couldn't wait. Oh, doom and gloom time. You had all the PlayStation guys out there building their empires, talking shit about Xbox. We lived through all of this. We seen it. All right, Louis Frag, no doubt, baby. You be careful, man. You seen it. We saw it. We lived through it. And then we had to wait for the results. Here comes State of Decay 2 coming out. 1 million was sold. What? 2 million was sold. What? Next thing you know, 5 million players are on State of Decay 2. Now, you don't have to say, is it selling, dummy? Now you saw the narratives began, the dumb narratives. How can you get people on a game and they ain't buy the game? All of a sudden now we just hopping on games now that we don't purchase. We can just do that now, right? So as the count kept going up, the donkeys started hurting. So they started coming up with these myths and philosophies for the reasons for why it's not a sale. Okay, that only works on dumb people, right? But I'm like, okay. And then Sea of Thieves comes out, 1 million. It's like Jay-Z, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4. And then we're like, what? But these got low numbers. And it was the beginning of Metacritic's fall. The gatekeeping of Metacritic failed that year. And we did it again with High on Life. We did it again. Akaga, we did it again. If I didn't say your name right, God bless me. I didn't mean to. But we just did it again. We dictate the success of our games. They can't stop us. I've been preaching this for years. When are the Xbox community going to wake up and show the industry how powerful we are? Because when that happens, ain't nobody on our level. Just give us the games. That's all we care about. We don't hold these dumbass narratives. See, the PlayStation community holds those dumbass narratives because they don't play games. Players that don't play games talk like that. Gamers just want games. Facts. Facts. Facts, Bushido. Facts. We want games. Just give them to us. We don't give a damn. Give us the games. Game Pass had 30 million. Now, mind you, PlayStation Plus been out 12 years, going on 13 years, and they just dropped 3 million subscribers, right? They're at 45 million. But here's Game Pass in 5 years at 30. Now, we got a whole year to go. So let's just say, once these badass games drop out, right, and people start to see, damn, all I got to do is pay $15 and I get to play these badass next-gen games, right? Day one. Watch what happens when the common sense gamer wakes up to Xbox. And let's just say we get another 10 million. Now it's 40 million to 40, because y'all ain't never sustained over 47. I called it. I called it a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, when I said PlayStation Plus Apex at 47 million. Damn it, 40, I nailed it. It wasn't even close. I nailed the number, 47. When they asked me, well, Liga, where you get that number from? I said, you don't look at the database? You don't look at the information? Look. You know if you hit 47 before. Do y'all not know that? You've hit 47 before. You're not at 47 right now. They looked. I had to put it on Twitter for them. Look. You've hit it before in 2020. You've hit it before. Why come y'all ain't went up above that? Right? You remember that one article that, oh, we hit 52 million? That was just for that week, dumbasses. It dropped. Whatever game that was, that's the reason y'all went up. But after that week or so, I give it that month, it went back down to 47. It was real quick, didn't last long. You see what I'm saying? You've hit your apex. Game Pass ain't hit its apex yet. And as it continually grows, that means it ain't going to stop no time soon. And if these subscriptions get to 40-something million, where you got one that's been sitting and the other one been climbing, it's not going to be a good look for Sony. Now, we talked about earlier these games, right? Look at our games today. What'll happen, realists and game serials, Spartan and Chit Chat community, if we finally get games that have no bugs, have no glitches in it, they're not coming out early, and we play these games and they're just smooth. What'll happen if Fallout comes out and it's not cursed anymore? People talk about it's always buggy, and all of a sudden a Fallout game comes out and it's not buggy. What do y'all think? What do you think is going to happen when our games come out and they smooth? Because they don't have no reason to come out buggy. They don't. Take your time. While everybody else is being rushed, our games ain't being rushed. When they come out, and they smooth. What are these naysayers are going to say then?
They're gonna act like they're gonna act like it's nothing new.
That's all they can do. Really.
That's why I don't give a damn about the naysayers, man.
They gotta remain.
Be on this side or the other side, double agents, whatever you want to call them. There's no rush for these games. You got people crying about games when they got games to play already. You got backlogs, right? So it's like, do you want to play games or you just want something to talk about? You need something to tweet about? You need some content for your channel? Because at the end of the day, we should be playing games. And I don't think there's enough people playing games out here. So when these games come out and they're not buggy because they're not rushed, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I don't think there's going to be an open world game to hit day one with no bugs. That'll be the day. Every open world game has something with it. Too many variables involved. There's only so much that quality testers can do. Y'all there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
man, look, it was super quiet. And I was like,
listen,
dang, man,
you called us rude and we're not interrupting you.
No, we're right here.
No. Look, normally I hear something, right? But I didn't hear. Now I was like, dang, this is quiet. Y'all went on mute. But yeah, but nothing's gonna change. Go ahead, man.
As long as a game comes out with the presentation coming clean and my minor bugs here and there, it's bound to happen. But as long as the presentation is clean and the game runs the way it should be, and they improve on that, that's all there is to it. And like you said, don't rush the games. Let it be the way it is, and when they're ready, they'll come out. We'll just enjoy them. These ponies are out there not playing any games. The only 3 exclusive, over-the-shoulder third-party games, remasters, remakes, the director's cuts, remasters and remakes, they're doing nothing out here. Their narratives are all done, bunked, and the last thing any of us should do is just sit there and entertain them, especially being catfished out there and buying pics off Marlis and whatnot. So I'm done with that community for real. And I'm enjoying every single moment on my Xbox right now with everybody out there, chit chat community, new legal, playing online. Our community is amazing. And for real, and real is like I'm following you right now. Just let the games come out the way they should be coming out. Don't let them rush it. That's just the way it should be.
Anybody got anything else they say, man? We hit our 2-hour mark, man. It's only 5:38 on this beautiful Saturday. We
Hey,
done? Yeah, we
hey,
done.
yo. Look, I said, well, we're gonna keep talking. I can eat my food.
Realist gonna keep Realist been going overtime. Let me shut up, like.
No, look. I said he gonna be talking. Let me get a bite to eat real quick.
Oh,
As
my
soon
bad.
as soon as I started eating, then I was like, pass the mic. I was like, oh, okay.
Enjoy that.
Bro, I haven't had anything to eat all day.
Yo, Game Shows, he's got to get out of here. He's got to get back to work. Appreciate
Yeah,
you,
I
Game
got to
Shows.
work. Yeah, man.
Look, appreciate
Game
you.
Heroes got 5 jobs, man.
I know. 5, 8 jobs, bro.
But again, man, shout out to the chat, man. Y'all gonna play these games and stop listening to these goofy dudes on the internet tell you that you don't have nothing to play, crying about a new game on the 3rd month of the year. If we don't have a date, why are you expecting anything? And then these insiders always setting these false expectations. Or there's gonna be a show. I mean, even got like even on the other side. I mean, but those boys are never right. At least sometimes the Xbox quote unquote insiders are right. But they had everybody expecting a show.
Hey, there's no show, man.
I mean,
man. I'm sorry, but there's no show, dude.
there'll be one day. You know what I'm saying?
Look, Microsoft don't listen. You know why Microsoft don't do shows no more? Remember these inside Xbox shows that they used to put out? What happened?
Them was trash though.
They were trash, right? And people complaining they were trash. That's why they stopped doing that shit.
You know why they was trash, bro? You can show off a game that everybody wants to play and have subpar presentation and everybody's going to be excited. You just got to show people something that they want to play, man. We want to play like every game that Microsoft has told us about, we all want to play it. We're all excited about these games. Hellblade, Perfect Dark, we want to see more of it. Fable, we want to see more of it. We want to see the updates to Halo. We want to see everything that they've told us about. We just need to see more of it. But I'm willing to wait, bro, because I got too much to play right now. I got too much to play right now to be sitting around talking about, oh, when is Microsoft going to show me something? Bro, Atomic Heart, bro. A $70 game is going to be in Game Pass.
Right, like the same cats that are saying that are knocking out every game that comes out.
Nah, well, they live in miles. They need to get out.
The thing is, man, you have to be brave enough to question who you follow. Legal ain't never said I beat every game I play or I beat every game that comes out. But I'll
tell you a lie anyway.
Huh?
I said I told you a lie anyway.
Yeah, but you don't see me out here saying when this next game gonna come out, when this next game gonna come out. Like I'm just knocking out all these games. Like that's the stupid part about this community.
Bro, a game will drop and these dudes will be talking about what's next 2 days later.
Fact.
No, I'm gonna say something, right?
No. Okay, I'm gonna be real quick because a lot of people didn't play Pentiment. I know you did. You two did. I started it. I don't know if I got 20 hours for that. Grounded. Like who put a bunch of real time in a game, gave a game a real chance? But they'll say, oh, Xbox didn't release any AAA games all last year. You know, I don't understand these guys, man. Like, if you have Game Pass, you're not paying for it. At least give the game a shot. A lot of these dudes look at a game and say, I'm not going to even play it. But then a game like Vampire Survivors gets a bunch of likes on Twitter. Oh, let me try it out. Go ahead, bro.
But think about it, right? Before I go, right? Matt Booty came out and said 2 years ago, right? They're not only going to make AAA games, they're going to make also double A games in that small span, right? So if the coalition make a game this year, it's going to be a small little game. Now, when I say small little game, I mean like it's not Gear 6 style game. It's going to be just the game that you always wanted to make in the side of studio. If they put out games like that, they're still going to complain, oh, we don't want these games. We want these AAA bangers. You know why? Because they want brag because of console wars. If PlayStation have God of War, they want Starfield. Most of these guys are even going to play Starfield, trust me. That's it.
Look, makes sense is all we're saying over here. We don't care who you throw at us. We don't care, what somebody. You killed me today, Reels, with the video stuff. You're right. Had to get somebody. It put a lot of work in. We're not trying to make you do a lot of work.
See though, what's up?
We're gonna keep doing what we do. And like I said, man, look, real Xbox fans know what's up, man. When we're on Twitter, we're having fun. If y'all don't know that by now, you stupid. Don't take that stuff seriously on Twitter. None of us do. I know none of us here do. But at times you get people who really invest in their feelings and want to.
I ain't gonna lie. I want to slap some of these dudes, especially some of these so-called Xbox dudes.
You get these dudes that invest too much in their feelings, overgrown ass men, and they want you to care about what they say to you, and they want to get you suspended and all of this, and you'll have some of them, but for the most part, everybody knows what they're doing on Twitter. We're just chilling, we're just throwing little jabs at each other, and we just keep spreading our gaming news across the waves, right? And for the most part, it's settled out, it's smooth. We get our labs and we move on, right? But I gotta commend these guys right here, and I gotta commend the chit chat community. Because you don't have to be major to do major things, man. You don't have to feel like none of these dudes coming out with their feet planted down hardcore with truth in the beginning. They wait till they have to figure out a way to get big and get known, but then they find out they get trapped, right? Because once you get big and you get known and you do a lot of coattailing, you can never be yourself at that point. If you came in here with agendas, the agenda is going to reveal itself sooner or later. If you came in here, you wanted to be an editor, it's going to show. If you came in here wanting to be a news anchor, it's going to show. If you came in here, you're trying to pay your house off, it's going to show. You came in here because you want to buy a dog, it's going to show. You know what I'm saying? But we came here to talk about gaming. We didn't come here with all that agenda shit. We didn't come here with all of that. We came here to represent the beautiful Xbox community. We came here to knock out all these dumbass false myths and accusations that some of these people claim that go on in our community when it's not true. That's what we're here to do. And if that makes you upset, then stop talking like you know what you're talking about in our community then. That's it. Go play on. If Microsoft makes you that frustrated, isn't this why you call yourself not a fanboy, right? You're buying these consoles. So you got to make sense to me. You're going to buy something that you're going to complain about. How's that grown man mentality? I'm going to buy something to just complain about it, right? Men make decision moves. I don't like this shit. I'm taking it back, or I'm selling it to somebody. I'm putting it on eBay. I'm done. What happened to that? I didn't like it. They're not going to keep complaining about it. They're going to do something about it. Y'all the ones out here talking about, I'd like PlayStation games and y'all Xbox. Now, when it comes to your channel, we're Xbox centric, right? You even got Xbox in for your titles and all this stuff, right? But we keep hearing a lot of PlayStation coming out your mouth. That's y'all, right? Y'all talk about how y'all go to bed with the PlayStation console. That's not us. That's y'all doing that. So if the PlayStation is so glorious, then make it glorious. Go talk about how great you're having such a great time. Show your trophies. Go out there but what we recognize is that you don't doom and gloom it. And right now, the console that's obvious the doom and gloom is PlayStation. It ain't Xbox, because anybody with half a brain knows that 2023 is jam-packed with nothing but Xbox games. You're only questioning Xbox for the clicking. But deep down in your heart, you know Xbox about to bring it in 2023. So why not just say that? Because, if I say that, then that makes me a fanboy. Well, listen, man. Don't straddle the fence, man. You know, it's not good to be fake. There's no future in that. You know, you can come up with all the excuses in the world as to how you make your take on things, but you'll never make a fan of something waver. If somebody's a fan of something, they don't care about how bad you want to talk about it because you'll never be on their level because fans are on the field playing. You're just somebody that observes every now and then. I run out there to ask, do they need some water? So you get on the field, but you ain't trying to play. You ain't on the court. You ain't on the field. You go right back to the stands and you observe gaming from a stand point of view, from the stands. Everybody ain't like you, homie. Some people are down on the field, so we don't see you because, like Realist said, we're too busy seeing the plays that Xbox is creating on the board, and we're running off of that. So we know that 2023 is something to be excited for because, hey, y'all okay with PlayStation delaying their games, right? So we're okay with Xbox delaying our games. It's just that simple. Y'all just know that Sony has ran out of the delay program. That's why y'all are mad. You don't. What are you gonna delay? Wolverine? But Wolverine don't. It only had a nitbit trailer, 45-second bit trailer. But we didn't say Spider-Man 2 was gonna come out this year. Somniac said that. So if Spider-Man 2 was gonna come out this year, how come you haven't seen any gameplay? Y'all okay with that? Because you know you putting it, you know you making it harder for y'all to make sense when you judge Xbox. Y'all haven't even seen no gameplay, no concept art, no nothing of that game. And y'all are okay with that.
It's not a Spider-Man 2, the Last of Us multiplayer.
My goodness, bro.
Damn. According to the list war, it's supposed to come out this year.
Right. God dang it.
I'm sorry, Lee. I know y'all.
You hurt me. Yeah, bro.
I know it's a lot of things to back up, man. Like I gotta go, but
no, you did it. No, that's true. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
man. Last of Us multiplayer still ain't out.
Nah, man. They show concept art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all are worrying about us, but the joke's on y'all. All right. So bring it on out this year. Let's get your generation over with. That's all I'm saying. Let's get out here. Let's talk about how beautiful Spider-Man is. Let's talk about how we've never seen a Spider-Man game in our life. Let's do a home warm house party and give for Spider-Man. What is it? No Way Home. Let's give it the No Way Home aspect, the farewell party. Bring all the Spider-Mans in. Let them hug and cry each other and let them swing back out to their multiverses. Because that's what this Spider-Man is going to be about. Let's do that, and that's it. You have nothing else after that. Nothing else. Remakes. You're not hurting us with Final Fantasy. You're not hurting us with Silent Hill. We have Silent Hill on our Xbox.
Not Forspoken, though.
It's the remake, but we have Silent Hill already. Right. Spider-Man No Way 2023. Let's do it.
Oh, but we have Spider-Man 2 already. Oh, no, not Spider-Man. What's the name? Silent Hill, the collection of Xbox.
We already have that. Right.
Yeah.
You're getting the remake version. Final Fantasy 1997 game. You're getting the remake. But here's the real joke. Sony lied to you about Forspoken. And here's another thing that none of y'all are going to play. That's not the style of game that y'all play.
They gave me hot garbage, though.
So you're not fooling us.
That shit trash, though.
There's no journalist. There's no YouTube influencer, no influencer on social media that's going to save y'all. Just like y'all waiting for Starfield, right? You're not worrying about game dates. You're worried about when Starfield drops. So we're worrying about Spider-Man 2. And if you think Spider-Man is going to be bigger than Starfield, good luck. Guess what? I make another prediction. And this time, I hope I'm wrong so y'all can have something on me this time. Big time right here. Here it is. I'm going to go ahead and already make my prediction. 2023, Xbox will have more Gottis than PlayStation. And that'll be the end of your brag in your bag, baby. You will have no more brag in your bag after this year. That's it.
No, I know about this. I saw the whole generation because think about it. They don't have
the whole. That's it. I said that's it.
Yeah, because
no more brag in your bag, bro.
But Spider-Man is not even a game of the year contender. So the last game
first one wasn't.
No, the last game.
Zero. The first one sold 40 million and it wasn't. What Gotti did it win?
Zero.
From anywhere.
Nothing.
You got Aloy out here wondering. She's at the stop sign right now. Like, damn, is anybody gonna give me $1? I got red hair. I got freckles on my face. Don't that attract y'all? She out here can't get no damn love. Nobody cares. Listen, man. 2023. It's gonna be a damn shame. Xbox comes through. I'm telling you right now, if you don't have the blood post of X going across your door, when Xbox comes to pay you a visit, your other consoles are gonna die this year. That's it. The reign of the X begins this year. Real Xbox fans have something to be proud of. This ain't no console war. We're talking about it's our time. Y'all had a lot of years to be happy, right? Nobody stopped y'all from being happy donkeys out here. Y'all happy out here. Now it's our time. We know you don't want that to happen. But hey, take that up with Sony. Go play your VR too. Go play that. You're going to have games to play. Go pay $700 for that. Show us you
No. They're bragging about 30 games in the VR games.
Yeah.
Some VR games. Get out of here, dude.
Yeah, go play those games. See where they get you. Go play them. You got a Elite controller. How come I ain't seen y'all go out here and buy this $200 Elite controller you supposed to have? Y'all supposed to be showing us. Come on, man. Come on. Y'all got a lot to be excited about, right? Hey, yo, it's the new legal representing Di-RRec Gaming. If you like what we're about, please hit the subscribe button. Follow us. You're a real Xbox fan, you came home today. I want to say shout out to everybody that graced our channel for the first time. Or we didn't recognize you. It's our fault, but we're glad to have you here. Shout out to my man, the realest one. Shout out to my man, Game Serials, Spark117. Shout out to y'all, man. Canada and the United States are connected today. Shout out to Red Dead Panda all the way from New Zealand. We were missing Jeremy Merchant today. Shout out to him, though, that's always here giving us love from Australia. Shout out to everybody across the world, to the Mighty Chit Chat community over here. We're so grateful for y'all. We're so grateful for y'all because y'all make it fun. And as long as we got y'all, we got the channel. As long as we got y'all, we got a voice. We ain't going to stop speaking what y'all say, bro. Y'all know what it is. Thank you, Louis Frank, for letting them know early in this show what it is, baby. No, I ain't backing down from none of these clowns, bro. Come on, man. It ain't even about, it's not even a real beef. Come on, bro. We grew up in the hip-hop era. We know what beef is. You don't put beef on wax. Come on, bro. I'm not going to sit up here and text beef you. Come on, man. Don't make no video about you. I'm just going to address you. I'm just going to address you, homie. That's all we're going to do. And then I'm done with you. You can, like I told your other comrade that didn't know what the hell he was talking about when he started speaking about Xbox, right? Because all I did was record him. I didn't have to debate him. He made a fool out of himself. And we got the video to prove that. He did that to himself. So just like you, I'm going to address you. And then you can go, like I told your buddy, you can go make 20 videos about me. That ain't going to stop me from getting up, right? Taking care of what I got to take care of in my daily life. That's not going to make me forget who I am as a person. That ain't going to make me stop playing on my Xbox and having fun in my community. None of that stuff stops. But here's what's going to happen, bro. We're going to say some things that's going to at least make some people look at you. Because we're not even going to talk about your gamer score, right? We ain't going to do that. You know that you don't stand tall in the Xbox community. You know that. We ain't got to tell you that. See, we know these things. We know you don't know what the hell you're talking about. We've seen it. We see what you put out here. So that's on you, homie. Don't get mad because folk call you out on your own stupidity. But Chit Chat community, I got to crown y'all. Y'all are undefeated. Y'all are Di-RRec Gaming. Y'all make this channel what it is. It's not about being large. It ain't about being major. It's about being real. There's no shackles over here. We're not institutionalized over here. We don't use the gaming community for clickbait. We don't repeat articles. We don't need news articles to talk to y'all about Xbox. We don't need none of that. Real Xbox fans watch the game play. We watch the game chart. Like Realist said, that was beautiful. We see the X's and O's. So we don't need the articles. I don't have to see one article to know what Microsoft is bringing me. You don't. That's for the clown shit. Because a lot of these articles, these journalists, they can't even play games, bro. They suck at it. So I ain't listening to them no way. Thank y'all, man, for all the support. Thank y'all for the family. I appreciate y'all, man.
Thank you, Legal.
So much, bro. Yeah, I appreciate y'all, man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Come
I gotta
out
eat
here,
something.
subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, hit the note, put a like, put a dislike. We don't care, right? Put a like, dislike. But make sure you hit the notification bell, man. Don't miss anything that we do. Make sure you're in tune every time. And we're gonna do everything we can to let y'all know when we go live. Di-RRec Gaming is breaking news. We're not news, we're breaking news. So when you get breaking news, that's on the spot, baby. We go in. Any one of these brothers say, hey, I got something to say, we go in. Hey, we don't have no schedule. That's our schedule. When we get to go. When we decide to go, we go. That's Di-RRec Gaming.
And Legal, one more thing. You gotta make that PSA, bro. You don't have to sit. We don't have to sit around here and talk about the same thing that everybody on every gaming show is talking about. Xbox provides enough content that we can talk about our gaming, what we think. We don't have to talk about the same thing that everybody else is talking about either. So that's a PSA. Today you just happen to want to address a clown, you know, who takes pride in putting on his clown suit, you know, and that is what it is. But we mainly want to talk about games, man, and our Xbox because, hey, unlike the rest of these guys who are out there whining, we playing these games. Get your gamer score in your profile. Mine is too. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing these games. Yeah, my gaming is on my profile. I ain't hiding. You get these cats out here. Yeah, you got these cats out here that just want to talk about gaming, don't want to show nothing. So there's enough content out here that we can talk about gaming as opposed to this goofy shit.
Facts.
But all right, man. Again, shout out to the real ones in the chat. And I'm out.
All right, so yeah, I'm out. All right.
Yeah, we out, man. Thank y'all for coming out, man. Remember, keep it gaming, chase the one up in life, man. This is Di-RRec Gaming. We out of here. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.